Recording now.
Okay. And I will start recording as well. Alright. Go. Okay. You ready?
Yep.
Alright. 3, 2, 1, clap. Okay. Okay. And okay. So this time around, don't have the camera on just because just wanna kind of get into it. So
Yeah. I
yeah,
got you.
yeah. So all right, here we go. All right, what's up, everyone? Sean here with Brandon once again.
Hey again.
We are back. It's been a hot minute, and today I don't have the camera on because we just really want to get into this one because this is another big announcement, and just really want to talk about it. So, I'm gonna like read it off of a pretty much like a highlight or recap of the direct. So. And I believe you had some notes on you as well, so we can definitely be a little more smoother with the thoughts and opinions and stuff like that, and what we're gonna go through. So, this was, I mean, I guess we can use this as a little prelude, but during EVO, which I was there, and this was after Melee Finals, they announced it, right? And then we're just like, oh god, all right, get ready, guys. And then we're just like getting ready to react and stuff. And then boom, it was like, oh, watch this direct on August 8th. And we're just like, boo and shit. It was like the biggest bait that we did not expect at EVO, which was really funny. But anyway, it wasn't too long after. So I watched the video or the VOD because I didn't want to wake up 7 in the morning to do so, but I watched it nonetheless, and it has some good surprises. So right away, Simon Belmont from Castlevania. That's that is quite the surprise. And I did not look at the leak, so I was completely surprised. I was completely thrown off. But I think it was time for a Castlevania representative to come in, and Simon and also Richter Belmont appropriately are going to be representing the Castlevania franchise. So that was pretty cool. What did you think of it?
I thought Simeon and Richard from Spooky Castle were great additions to the game. I've never played Castlevania, so
yeah, same here.
Granted, I mean, I completely understand the hype for the characters.
Mm-hmm.
They were just two characters that I personally wasn't super attached with,
Mm-hmm.
and I know the game has like a really long history. So, right. For everyone else who wanted them, that's great. I certainly think that they look interesting. I think Richter looks cooler than Simon, and I think I'm in the minority there.
I actually have the same thought too. So
yeah, he looks cleaner. I think Simon looks more like a barbarian.
Yeah.
Richter looks kind of like, I don't know, like one of those like old ninja type games because he's got like the long sash in front of him and like it looks like he's wearing like some sort of, I mean, what would the male version of like a Kipao be? Kind of like, because he kind of reminds me of Chun-Li, like his color scheme and like the long sash and everything.
Right.
But yeah, I thought they were really cool additions. And if anything, it really opens up the possibility for Echo Fighters from third-party franchises to be added. So
yeah, I thought about that. I'm like, wait a minute, is he considered a third-party guest or a second-party guest or something? Or because he has an Echo Fighter now, so I'm just like, what? I'm like a little confused there. So, but I guess he is a guest character, and happens so that he has an Echo Fighter with him. So I thought that was pretty cool. Maybe they'll do the same with Ryu or something, and they'll put a cannon there too. So I don't know, that'd be kind of a cool like Echo Fighter kind of addition to the game. I don't see why not.
Yeah, the thing I'm worried about though is after seeing Dark Samus and we also have Dark Pit, and if Shadow gets added, he's essentially Dark Sonic.
Yeah.
My worry is that they're just going to add all the dark variants of characters, and as opposed to Ken, we'll get Evil Ryu.
Yeah, you're right. That's another possibility, or even Akuma for that.
Yeah, which I think that's it. I think we're kind of safe in the whole Ken thing because if anything, Ken has the brand recognition that I
Yes.
don't think Evil Ryu and Akuma have.
Yes.
Maybe Sakura, but even then, like not nearly as popular as Ken.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's even though he is like 3/4 Japanese, he's like the American, like he's considered like an American character. So you know that.
Isn't his dad like an oil tycoon or some shit?
I
in
think
America?
so. He comes from a rich family, so yeah, it's something like that. But anyway, it'd be really cool to see something like that with the other guest characters as well, and we'll definitely see more Echo Fighters. I mean, you know, we definitely got Dark Samus, and not to mention Crom. His thing is a little confusing, so I'm not too sure who exactly is an Echo Fighter for, but I think for the most part it's Roy. Like people have been saying it's Roy.
Yeah, the website has him listed as Echo Fighter 25, which means he's an Echo of Roy.
Mm-hmm.
That said, it looks like they did alter his up special to mirror Ike's.
Yes.
But I mean, outside, like, because people have been being like, "Oh, he's got the up special." He's like, I think that's just one move, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't really. I mean, well, I guess for the most part, like Pit and Dark Pit, they have the upper dash and electroshock arms, which function somewhat differently, even though they're not as drastic as an up special or recovery. So he's still very much listed as Roy's Echo Fighter. So I think we can pretty much expect, except for the up special, all of his specials, or not special, up smash.
Mm-hmm.
I can never remember. Are A's smashes or B smash? Whatever the B moves are, his B up
the specials,
will be, yeah. His B up is similar to Ike's, but everything else about him looks very reminiscent of Roy.
Mm-hmm.
So he's probably going to be like a quicker, less heavy hitting Roy.
Yeah. But yeah, that, I mean, you know, funny enough, you know, like there was that video back in like Smash 4. Crom is like, you know, I'll make it in there someday or something like that. He's like laying on the ground like injured or whatever. And now, you know, here we are with Crom as an Echo Fighter, but he's in the game no less. So that's, you know, I think that's pretty cool.
Not to mention the Kid Icarus, the Palutena Guidance, like thing. If you use the Palutena Guidance on Robin, Crom shows up in the dialogue and he basically starts shit talking, and Verity's like, you know, too bad you're not in the game. You're too much like Ike. She said you're too much like Ike. It'd be useless to have characters who are pretty much carbon copies of one another. And what do you know? That's basically the premise of Smash Ultimate. Echo Fighters.
Yeah.
And I was pretty confident that they were going to add more Echo Fighters, because I thought adding the title and just creating an entirely separate classification would have been useless if they didn't take advantage of it. Which is why I think we're definitely going to get more Echo Fighters to come. You know?
Yeah. And there's like a little feature, I guess, that I thought was interesting. I mean, I'm gonna read it off here. It says, Echo Fighters can be displayed as separate fighters on the character select screen or stacked on top of the character they are echoing. When stacked, players can change between them with the press of a button. It's up to the player to decide how they want them displayed. So, little minor feature, but I thought it was kind of interesting to kind of mention.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how I exactly feel about. I mean, I guess it's cool to have the option. I don't think I'll ever use it because I'm one of those guys where it's like, yeah, bigger fighter roster. I'm gonna show off characters.
Right. I mean, it does make sense from, I guess, from one standpoint, but you know, I think I'll keep it separate just for the sake of like that size of roster. You know.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's pretty cool. On the topic of characters, this was last revealed in the direct, like very like last part. King K. Rool made his very awesome debut in that video. I with King Dedede and all that stuff. I thought it was really funny and great way to introduce the king, you know, and especially with Donkey and Diddy Kong, like with their eyes like popping out of the window and everything. Is just I thought that was great. I love that video.
Yeah, highly requested character. It was really cool that he got his entry into this series, especially after like people felt like they got snubbed in Smash 4 when he got a lot of votes and then he showed up as a Mii fighter costume.
And I thought his moves from what we saw like was pretty interesting. I think he has a counter too. Like if you noticed, he like some attack like bounced off and he just like just pumps out his body and then just bounces just off of him and stuff. And he's got like a boxing glove for I think one of his smash attacks, and then his he can throw a crown. He has his blunderbuss, his gun or whatever. So far I think he seems to be pretty fun. I'll probably try him out since I tend to gravitate more towards bigger characters for the most part, just for fun though. But anyway, and I don't know. Either way, I think he looks fun so far, so I'll give him a try.
This direct was it was both awesome and I mean it was an amazing direct, and I really hope we have more like it. But in terms of the characters revealed, I was like, oh, that's really neat. I'm probably not gonna play many of these guys because I gravitate towards the quick characters like Pikachu, Pikachu, Sonic, anyone who's really small and agile is kind of my thing. You know, just sort of pepper them to death. So I'm like, oh, this is really awesome, but I really want them to reveal someone smaller.
Right. Yeah.
The assist trophies were cool though.
Oh, right, yeah.
And all the Pokemon. Alola and Exeggutor's in there.
Oh yeah, the Alola Exeggutor, where you can like basically
he acts as a wall.
Yeah. He acts like a wall, so you can like wall cling him and stuff. And there was Abra in there, Solgaleo, of course, Lunala, Mimikyu, Ditto, yes, who changes to you essentially, so you have like a clone of yourself and attacks that way, which is kind of neat.
I really like how they did it too. Like I feel like it would have been confusing for both you, the player, and your enemies if like there was an exact carbon copy of you.
That'd be pretty funny.
Like, yeah, so like I really like that they made it so it's purple and it's like really just weird looking, so it makes sense. And I've seen some discussion where people have been curious if the Ditto models are essentially going to be the fighting blank team. For the multiplayer, you know, fighting Polygon team, fighting team.
Yeah. The fighting Dittos or something. That'd be really funny.
Yeah, exactly.
It would have been really funny if they were able to get the color in there, but like the face is just like the two dots for the eyes, and like that stupid smile he has on his face, like just like in the show where like, you know, that Ditto wasn't able to transform into that Pokemon completely because it's just like the face that always got wrong. So I thought if they did that, that would have been a really funny like little Easter egg or something for Ditto, but they just stuck with the all purple clone or whatever. So yeah, you know, it definitely does point out that the fighting Polygon kind of possibility for this time around for the Dittos, I would say. Yeah, and we kind of mentioned the assist trophies. They showed off Zero from the Mega Man X series. They showed off Knuckles, of course. They showed off Crystal, and unfortunately, Shovel Knight. People have been requesting him so much, but now, I mean, he's in there at least somehow, but he's an assist trophy.
Hey, we still have hope though. Shantae was not shown as an assist trophy.
Yeah.
We still have hope. We still have hope in that department. I'm not giving up. Way Forward. I tweeted at Way Forward yesterday, and they haven't tweeted me back because I'm nobody. But still, they haven't said no when I said like, "Hey, Shantae, not in the game." They didn't say yes. They didn't say no.
Yeah.
That said, sorry, going back really quick, we did kind of gloss over Dark Samus. Are you at all interested in her?
Yeah. I think for the most part, though, I mean, there might be some differences, like maybe it's just some animations, but I mean, of course, she plays like Samus, no duh, but like, there's some differences with like at least the aesthetic anyway. So I mean, just from only looking at it, I don't know exactly what the properties of her special attacks are really, and she of course has the same Final Smash, or Dark Samus has the same Final Smash with the beam and everything. Yeah, and
there was one difference that people didn't note. Samus is, when she uses her down special, she rolls into the ball and she lays a bomb.
Yes,
it bounces her up. When Dark Samus used it, it bounced her to the side.
Okay.
So it's like, I mean, it's a really minor difference, but it could make a lot of difference in edge recovery and stuff like that.
Yeah, you're right. So, yeah. But yeah, I mean, that was another like kind of a highly requested character for, at least from the Metroid series anyway. So
yeah.
I mean, it could have been one of the space pirates or something, but Dark Samus, definitely not a bad choice. Could have been a skin, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, they could have just added Adam, and his entire moveset would be every time he's in the same match with Samus, she can't do anything without requesting it from him first.
Yeah.
Adam, can I smash? No, not yet.
So back on the assist trophies, there was the moon from Majora's Mask, which I thought was really funny. Just comes right straight into the stage, like slowly but surely, and everything will explode. So it's like, oh god, it's like it's gonna be one of those like really scary trophies to get, because like, you have this face just coming in just slowly and it's just gonna crash, and you're probably fucked. So yeah.
Do you think they're going to disable that specific assist trophy on the Great Bay map?
I don't know, man.
I mean, because like I think they would either A, disable it, or B, make it so that if that does come up on Great Bay, the Giants will stop it because it's what they're meant to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, but maybe this time around they won't be able to stop it for some reason, because the fighters are just fucking around with the universe or something. So they're ruining the lore of Majora's Mask.
Yeah. Speaking of Great Bay, 103 maps.
Yeah. That is crazy of how many stages are there now. I mean, and of course, he said, oh, if you add the whole all the battlefield and all these little changes and stuff like that, it's like over 300 or something like that, which is still...
yeah, because every map has two additional forms.
Yeah. It was just still crazy. It's just like 100 alone is like nuts, for something like this. And not to mention, with all the characters being added so far and all this stuff that's been mentioned, it's fitting into this one little cart, this little cartridge. And now, of course, there is the digital version, but still, it still has to fit in that cartridge for the sake of the physical copies, which is kind of mind-blowing. If we think about it, it's like all that stuff into just this little tiny thing,
Let's all pour one out for Pokefloats, though. Unfortunately, not making a return.
Yeah.
I don't think any of the scrolling stages are coming back. I didn't see Congo Jungle. Or was it Congo Jungle? The one from Brawl, I think.
I think it might have been, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's gone. The Ice Climber stage is similarly gone. Pokefloats isn't there. I think the only moving stage, really, that we have is Mushroomy Kingdom. And aside from that, I think most of the stages are coming back. There were a few from Melee that didn't show up. Is it Mute City? The one that, like, moves around and bounces? I mean, it acts very similarly to one in Brawl, so that might not be coming back either. But I totally didn't see that one. And similarly, Sector Z from Smash 64 was also cut. Because that's basically just Corneria without the moving background when you think about it.
Yeah.
So that's probably
yeah. Unfortunately, at least they could have like done an echo stage or something. That'd be pretty funny. Like, just change like the background or something. Just for the sake of being able to play on Sector Z or something. But at least we're getting, of course, Dracula's Castle from Castlevania. We're getting New Donk City Hall, which is really cool, I think. I hope they have like the night portion of that stage. That'd be really cool.
I mean, they did it with Splatoon with what's it called? Mori Towers.
Yeah, Mori Towers.
I don't know if it's going to be like
time specific or something.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely wouldn't want them to make it so it's synced up to Splatoon games, because then you would rarely ever see the night concert or whatever. But I really do hope it's like, there's something a button you can push or something to activate it. Because doing something similar in New Donk during the festival would be freaking amazing, just to have like all the fireworks going off and maybe like, because you're 2D Mario for most of that segment. If like you see a 2D Mario running around in the background, just jumping around and doing all that stuff, while Jump Up Superstars blaring in the background.
Yes.
I'm actually curious, because it looked like, based on how that map worked, Jump Up Superstar would play if you grabbed every single band member and Pauline. So I'm curious if they don't show up if you don't have Jump Up Superstar as a selected song, or if like regardless of what song's playing, the moment you hit all of them, they just start playing Jump Up Superstar. I mean, it's just a minor thing, but it just got me curious.
Right. Yeah, it'd be kind of interesting.
But also something I noticed, it says 103 stages, but it doesn't count the Monster Hunter stage that they showed off when they showed the Rathalos Assist Trophy.
Right, I think that might be, they might be doing something with it, just and they're not ready with that stage, so they might show it off later on, or it might be DLC. I don't know, but they could have.
I mean, it could have something to do with that hidden mode that they were hiding.
Maybe it could be. Yeah, we'll get to that later, but maybe something like that. But yeah, obviously back on the stage, we have the battlefield mode, we have the Omega forms, but now we have this new feature called Stage Morph, which I thought is such an amazing idea. It's so cool.
I mean, I think it. I heard some people complaining like, "Oh, this doesn't really hold any value in a competitive format."
Oh,
I disagree, because I think that some of the more temperate stages, I guess, could be used at stage, like using Town and City and the other like the two Animal Crossing stages, essentially, like having those be stage morph maps would really work well together, because you're essentially just using the exact same platform setting but with different moving platforms. And turning off stage hazards. I mean, you have endless possibilities for competitive now.
Oh yeah.
I mean, people saying like, "Oh, like Melee's the only competitive game." It's like, not anymore, I would argue, especially with all the Battlefield stages, all of the Omega stages. The fact that you can turn off Stage Morph turns several stages into now competitive playing fields. The Mega Man stage is now competitive because, I mean, it has moving platforms that appear and no Yellow Devil, thank God.
Yeah.
I think, I'm trying to think of like all the, I'm just sort of like rushing through all the stages off the top of my head.
Right.
I'm obviously not thinking it. I should probably bring up the website right now. But, I mean, there are definitely stages that, like some of the Mario stage, one of the Mario stages, I think, is the Mushroom Kingdom one. I mean, I feel like that would make a pretty decent competitive stage, because now it's just, you remove the items, you remove the bullet bills that come through, and essentially you just have buttons that extend platforms. So that'd probably be a pretty good competitive stage too.
Yeah. It definitely opens up more visual, like interesting visual, just like it'll definitely make it more interesting for the spectators when it comes to the competitive Smash. So I think these stage features will really make it help keep it fresh and stuff like that for the spectators and fans overall. So and not to mention, I think a lot of the stages are playable, if not all of them, for 8-player battles. So
I don't know how that's gonna turn out. 8-player battles were always just this hectic thing. Even on stages like Palutena's Temple. And Hyrule. Is it Hyrule Temple or just Temple? Whatever, the Melee one. Regardless of how big the stage was, those battles were always super duper hectic. And it seemed like a bit more of a tchotchke thing, but I mean, having 8 people on like Town and City, that's or Hannonbo. 8 players on a Hannonbo, which is coming back, which I thought that was a stage everyone hated in Brawl. So just out of curiosity, out of all the stages that are announced, like Fountain of Dreams is coming back, Venom's coming back, well, pretty much every stage we talked about is coming back. What stage are you most excited for?
That's a very good question. I am like all over the place when it comes to stages. I like, they're all pretty cool in their own ways, and it's just like really hard to like pinpoint like this one stage I'm like really excited for. It's to me it's really hard. It's hard for me to say what's my favorite stage, or what stage I am anticipating or looking forward to the most, or what kind of stage I would want even for in like future DLC or something. So I don't know. I really can't say.
The correct answer was Prism Tower. That was the stage I like. I mean, we've known about it since the beginning. They showed off most of their gameplay from it the moment they showed off the game.
Right.
But that map was Like, this is the map I always played in 3DS because I know most people gave up 3DS the moment Smash 4 came out, but I travel, so I'm like, yeah, this is my thing. And I'm just super duper happy that we're seeing that map in HD. It looks so pretty. I think the 3DS got a lot of good maps that out on in Smash 4.
Yeah.
Reset Bomb Fortress.
Tortimer Island, I think.
Yeah. Arena of Ferox especially, which is another map that might be very good competitively.
Yeah, right.
I mean, there are some walls that appear, but they disappear too. Yeah, but I mean, like, is it Tortimer or Tortimer? I've heard both.
I say Tortimer, so.
I guess it would, because isn't like the tortoise supposed to be old, so it's like an old timer. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Then, I mean, there are some maps that I'm like not too excited to see come back, like Tomodachi Life or what was that one? The balloon fight that was Kalos Pokemon, not Kalos Pokemon League. Unova Pokemon League.
Right.
That looks fun.
Yeah, yes. That looks pretty cool.
I just love seeing all these maps in HD. And it's so bizarre because, like, you look at all the maps, especially, it's most noticeable with the maps from Melee and the Brawl maps that didn't return for Smash 4.
Right.
Which I don't think was many. I think most of the Brawl maps returned, save for Hand and Bow. And Spear Hitler, too. But like looking at these maps, you look at them and you're like, oh yeah, that looks how I remember it. And then you actually go back and look at like Melee footage of Venom or Melee footage of Phantom Dreams or, any of these maps, Big Blue, and you're like, wow, this looks way shittier than I remember it looking.
Right.
I think the biggest, the best rather, example of that is like the Peach's Castle, where, and also Great Bay, where it's like, you have such fond memories of playing on these maps, and then like you look back at them compared to Smash Ultimate, and you're like, whoa, the difference is night and day, like literally night and day.
Now, what goes well with those stages is the music, and they revealed a lot of tracks this time around, and of course Sakurai continues to show off the numbers, and combining all the tracks equals to like what 28 hours at least of music in the library, and they even added like this feature where you can pretty much use the Switch as like a Nintendo Spotify pretty much in your pocket. And I thought it was a really neat feature for those who really love Nintendo music, can now like use their Switch as that music player on the go. So
here's the thing.
Right, yeah.
You could do that on the 3DS too, and I don't know a single person that ever did. I mean, that feature was very much there. They toted it kind of in a similar fashion. I think it was during the 101 Fact Extravaganza with Xander Mobus. They talked about it too, and it's definitely on the 3DS. I've seen it. I've used it once, and I was like, okay, I have an iPhone, and then I was done with that forever. So I don't know. It's one of those features. Sakurai is really good with adding, like, oh, someone might use this, and yeah, someone might use it, but I don't think really anyone's going to. I think the numbers are great. Don't get me wrong. The numbers are fantastic. I love having all that music, but I don't really see many people using the
music player
the function. Yeah, the MP3 player function when most of our phones do that for us already.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. It is nice to have, especially, let's say like your phone died or something, but it happens so like you're still able to play something on your Switch or something, or you just want to play music on the Switch. That'd be a nice little, backup, I guess, music player.
Yeah, I guess. Or just like at a party or something, you're like, 8-bit music, let's turn this on or something.
Yeah. I still like. I thought that was a pretty little neat feature. That's pretty cool. Like, since there are a lot of tracks, like might as well make this into a Nintendo music machine. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. But anyway, there is still stuff like the new items, like the banana gun, which I thought was funny. There was the Killing Edge, the bomber, which you just basically hold up and it'll explode or whatever. Kind of like the S flag, which gives you one more stock, but you have a bomb in your hand.
I'm curious if anyone hits you while you're holding it, if it drops like the S flag did.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that. I guess it might work like the flag, except explosion. And then there's the death scythe, with which kills people who are pretty much in the red, and
Or who are Luigi.
oh yeah. and yeah, I remember that animation. That was really funny.
He became the very thing he sought to destroy.
Yeah. Poor Luigi. He's just getting cucked left
Dude,
and right.
Sakurai has a problem with the Mario Brothers team.
Yeah, right. It seems like he just wants to play with people's hearts, and just kill. It's just killing off all the Nintendo character, or at least the Mario Brothers anyway so far.
In the next Smash Direct, Scorpion's gonna bisect Peach. It's gonna be awesome.
Oh no, man! Is this becoming Nintendo Game of Thrones or something?
Yeah. Scorpion's gonna show up. He's gonna cut Peach in half laterally.
Yeah.
He's gonna see it like split in two.
Yeah. Not before saying like "get over here" or something. That'd be really cool. Oh, that'd be such a. That definitely opens up for like really cool animation ideas for like that direct or whatever. Anyway. We have the Rambling Evil Mushroom, and then the Rage Blaster, which of course the more damage you took, the more powerful that blaster is, which is that's a pretty neat idea for an item. And we already talked about the Pokemon. At least
trophies.
Yeah. At least Gengar has not shown up as that Pokemon, so maybe it opens up hope for Gengar as a playable character. I don't know, but
maybe. I mean, if granted, to anyone listening, take leaks with a handful of salt, not just a grain. There was a leak who predicted Simon Belmont, and they also said Isabelle as well, though that wasn't announced in this. I think they also did Chrom, and K. Rool. But I mean, like, everyone's been saying Simon and K. Rool for years, so again, handful of salt. But they did also say that there was going to be a Gen 7 Pokemon rep, and that it wasn't going to be Decidueye, and it wasn't going to be Lycanroc.
Oh.
So I'm thinking that if they do, I think I may have said this before, I might be a broken record here, but I think I said before that if they do a Gen 7 rep, I'm thinking it's probably going to be Zeraora for a new Pokemon.
Right.
I mean, because he's the new reveal in the movie, and he's like the newest Pokemon they have, aside from the Pokemon in Let's Go Pikachu.
Right. Yeah.
Hasn't been announced yet.
Yeah. Kind of probably gonna get that similar treatment with Lucario, who was also in the movie as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the only difference being that Zeraora is a mythical Pokemon, whereas Lucario is
just a Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly. He's a great. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's an awesome Pokemon. I have him on my team. I affectionately refer to as Steel Team 6, but he's nowhere near like legendary. Mewtwo is the most, I guess, is the rarest Pokemon we have on the roster because he's the only legendary one.
Yeah.
But Zeraora is like in Mew status. He's
right.
He's mythical. He's like you actually have to go to like GameStop at a certain day to get him.
Right. Yeah. That'd be pretty neat. So I think we can definitely move on from there. We can talk about the modes now. We have classic mode returning, of course. Now it's just super straightforward. None of this like chess piece kind of thing going on now. It's literally the classic mode. So
you mean you didn't like the chess mode where you just walked to the character that you could most easily beat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I like the return to form. I like it showed the Diddy and Donkey Kong fighting on Mori Towers. I think it was called like Journey to New Donk City or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that was all really fun. It looked amazing.
Stamina mode is coming back as well.
Yeah, I mean, it was always there, but now it's like an actual mode. So, I mean, I know we talked about this. Like we mentioned that the past several years, the games have all been HP, time, and coin. And that was it.
Yeah, and also there is the new mode called Squad Strike, and now you can like it's kind of it'll be like that team battle thing you see in Street Fighter competitions, where you have this one player stuck with this one character, and then if they get knocked out, you know, they'll go to the next player with the next with their no, I was supposed to say Pokemon.
Next Pokemon.
Yeah, next character, excuse me, and so on and so forth. You know, I think it'll be a really cool mode to have, especially for the competitive side of things. So now you know we can get into this kind of team battle for the future, and I think it'll be pretty interesting when you get to see different teams of all these like of the big names and stuff like that, and it's always been kind of like a sort of a niche I guess what do you call it? Yeah, it's pretty niche even within the quote unquote esports now. But maybe, you know, because of Smash, you'll go ahead.
Oh, sorry, go on.
Maybe now, you know, Smash is or they'll feature this kind of thing in Smash. Maybe it'll kind of make it more popular. It's already kind of popular with Street Fighter, at least in Japan anyway. But they don't really do that here, at least in the U.S. So I don't really see that too much. But yeah,
I was gonna say, I mean, that game type is pretty much built. I mean, Dragon Ball FighterZ is built around that exact game type, and that was like the most represented, I think, at EVO this year, right? So one of the things I was curious about, though, because they didn't show off the mode actually, you know, they just showed the pre-screen where you can choose 3 to 5 characters. They didn't actually show the fighting. I'm curious if it's going to be a type of deal where it's like, you know, the first 2 characters are like Mario and Marth, right? And it's like, I'm Mario, you're Marth, I beat you. And then does like it just go game and then start a new game with the new characters, or does each character act as a stock? So it's like, you know, that's Mario, and then you show up as like Kirby and kick my ass as Mario.
Right. I think you can. I mean, you can probably play it like many ways within that mode anyway. So you can play like, you know, each stock is a character with only 2 players, right? Or, you know, versus you know, you have, let's say, 4 characters with 4 people each, or with each character or whatever. So I think you can play it with more than just one way. So again, it'll make things really interesting for, I mean, but for both, you know, the casuals but definitely for the competitive side of things. But and speaking of which, they're definitely adding the tourney mode now. So I think this time around, hopefully, it's more robust. You actually have like an actual bracket going with, you know, you can put computers on, I think, or CPUs. So
yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah, and now, you know, it's back to that traditional tournament mode that you saw from back in, like, I think Melee was it that first did it. So, you know, that's like, that was something we at least I definitely wanted for Smash 4, but it just turned out to be kind of weird or something. I just
I don't think it was in Smash. I think they actually like updated the online to have it, but I don't think there was a like legitimate tourney mode in Smash 4.
Yeah, something
at the beginning,
something like that. Yeah, but it's back in there no less. So I think that's really cool. That definitely it really is. And then there's another interesting one called Smashdown, which basically, I think that might be the mode that we probably are talking about with like, oh, each stock is a character, or whatever. But like, after, you know, you play your match, now you can't pick those characters anymore. Now you have to pick new characters. So it definitely forces you to diversify and pick more characters if you want to, you know, take that route. So I think that's, you know, another really interesting one. This could be another interesting one if they implement that in esports. So, you know,
I mean, if anything, it just makes for better videos for those of you who make like Smash,
Smash
Let's Plays, where it's like, all right, let's all choose a different character, and you always have the one stickler who's like, I'm gonna be Kirby all the time. It's like, nope, can't do that anymore.
In Smashdown, that's not gonna happen.
Nope.
Yep. And then up next we have the training mode. So the training mode definitely got some big changes. Now you have like this grid, and you can like hit people and they'll predict like the trajectory and stuff like that of how far they'll go with this amount of damage or something. So man, they're really going at it with some of these modes. So, you know, I think that was really neat there.
Yeah. What was I gonna say about sorry, I lost my train of thought. Sorry, really quick, just to put a quick pause. Your audio, I don't know if it's Discord, but your audio is like really going all over the place for some reason.
Oh, is it? I don't know if that fixed anything, but we'll just have to continue. But
Okay.
okay.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah. So training mode. Let me see. I was gonna say something.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. So about training mode.
Yeah.
I do like the fact that they have like the measure distance and everything. I think that really, again, it pushes the narrative that hey, this game you can play it competitively.
Right.
I really hope. I know. I always get flack every time I say this because I'm not a big fan of Melee.
Right.
I'm personally of the mindset that you should take tournament play to the newest game, regardless of how much you like the previous game, because we can't move forward otherwise. So I really hope this game is the Melee killer. I really hope this game makes it so people like recognize, okay, this is the Smash game we're going to play now. Melee is 16 years old, 20 years old, however many years old.
Yeah.
Let's leave this behind and just stick with this new one from now on.
Right, yeah.
Wishful thinking. It's not going to happen because, it's the internet. People hate change and then complain that there's not enough of it.
Right. There is another change I'd like to talk about, and that's the Final Smash now being able to change into a meter rather than breaking the ball. So,
do you think that's going to be used competitively?
I don't know. That's a really interesting thing. Like I thought about that. I'm like, I mean, if they could, they could give it a go as some of the major tournaments, but I don't know overall if it's gonna work because maybe some of the Final Smashes is really really powerful, and if you can just get it just like that, it's like whoa.
Well, he did say in the direct that the Final Smashes, if you use the meter mode, which I guess we'll just call it meter mode. If you use meter mode Final Smashes, then it is a weaker variant.
Yeah, it's a very
Smash.
Weaker variant, but like the I was like speaking more of like the utility of the Final Smash rather than just like the raw damage or whatever. But like we don't know because like we don't know the properties of each fighter's Final Smash for now. So we really don't know, and we don't know if they'll allow the meter, Final Smash meter at tournaments. So it is an interesting thing to think about. We just have to know the properties of those things, and they'll have to just probably call it from there. So, but on the flip side of things, on the casual side, I think that's cool. Like you don't have to chase for the Smash Ball anymore. I mean, it does make things interesting, but I think this option is great. Options are always great, and this is one of them as well. And now you can just do it whenever you want or whenever you get it, and now you can see more Final Smashes and stuff like that potentially, potentially, and you see more cool shit. So that's like better for sure for the casual players. So I think that's a really cool option. They were able to throw it in there. So
yeah.
Let's see.